Today's adventure takes us north to Baraboo, Wisconsin, and to Walnut Hill Cemetery, where today we're going to find the graves of 5 of the 7 Ringling Brothers. Now, these are the Ringling Brothers that started the circus, Ringling Brothers, and later became Ringling Brothers and Barnum Bailey Circus. They are buried here. The other 2 are buried down in Florida. We're not going down in Florida. I wish I was in Florida. This cemetery, however, has about 11,500 graves. Goes back to the 1840s, so we're going to explore some of the old tombstones and monuments. So come with me as we explore Walnut Hill Cemetery. Okay, we have entered Walnut Hill Cemetery here in Baraboo, Wisconsin. Cemetery is just beautiful. On rolling hills. Very nice looking cemetery. We're going to check out some of these old tombstones and markers here. Beautiful old one. You can see what looks to be some kind of leaves or something there. Let's see if there's anything on this. Here we go. Frank Miller. Born 1839, died, looks like 1881. Very nice marker there. Got one behind me here that looks to be leaning over quite a bit. Charles, son of W.B. and J. Blatchley, age 2 years old. 2 years, 6 months. And you got Lizzie, wife here of J.L. Walsh and daughter of C.T. and L. White. Died in 1870. Just fantastic markers. I want to talk a little bit about the Ringling Brothers, and that is why I came to this cemetery today. So let me do that a little bit. So, most people know the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. Very, very popular circus here in the United States. 7 brothers started the circus back in 1884. 5 of those 7 brothers are here in this cemetery. We're going to see who we can find today. We have Albert, August, Otto, Alfred, Henry are the brothers that are here. And then we have Charles and John. They're down in Sarasota, Florida. That's where they're buried. This is a nice one. Probably a woodsman. Wife of Fosgate. I can't really make out her name. Something... Abdet? I don't know. Nice marker though. The 7 Ringling Brothers got together and started performing in 1884. In 1919, they acquired Barnum and Bailey, which did a similar performance to the Ringling Brothers. And unfortunately, in May of 2017, the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus put on its last performance ever after 98 years in operation. You know, a lot of towns, that was their highlight of the year when the circus came to town. The circus, here's James, Harvey it looks like. I like this marker, very nice. And up here you can see a flag inscribed. Very, very nice. I like that a lot. So as I was saying, the circus would come to town. There usually be a big parade through town. colorful circus cars with animals in them. They'd put up the big top tent and have a three-ring circus. And you'd have everything from clowns to jugglers to trapeze artists to animals, the whole bit. And that was quite the thing back in the day. Warren Monument here. This is rather recent, 1998, but it is, I'm surprised it's wearing as much as it is. That's a very, very tall obelisk. So you'd get the circus, you'd get the sideshows. There would be a lot of sideshow people involved with the circus. The bearded woman, the strong man. I remember hearing about one lobster boy. Instead of hands, he had claws. Mary Halstead. So it was actually a lot of these people that had deformities. It was a way for them to have a job because no other place would hire them except the circus. These are very nice tombstones. Vincent Halstead. Harriet Halstead. So a lot of people looked forward to the circus coming to the town every year because it was such an attraction. And unfortunately, with everything else nowadays, all the other things that distract people and all the other activities, that's gone. Here's James. Thank you for your service, World War I veteran. That's all gone now. So, the circus, unfortunately, the attendance was diminishing and people didn't like it as much. Here's H.H. Potter. He died 1878 at the age of, hard to tell what that age is. Looks like 13 maybe? I don't know. So unfortunately circus was no longer as popular. As a matter of fact, a lot of animal rights activists complained about the treatment of the animals, and that put added pressure onto the circus as well. So they eventually decided it was time to end the 98 years of the circus. Here's a nice tombstone here. In memory of Herbert N. Huntington, 1878, 70 years of age. In memory of Amanda, the wife of Herbert. She was 82. That's pretty old back then, 1897. All right, as we approach high up on the hill here is in fact one of the Ringling Brothers mausoleums. Make my way up here. This is Al Ringling's mausoleum. Very nice. L.C. and Lou Ringling. Lou was Al's wife. Sorry, I'm a little out of breath. That's kind of a big hill. So he was a juggler. And that's what he performed as, a juggler. One of the brothers that started Ringling Brothers, but it was also a juggler. And Al died in his 28-room New Jersey manor back in, when did he die? 1919. And Al wasn't an old guy. Al was born in 1861, died in 1919. So he was in his 50s. Very nice monument here. Mausoleum, I should say, to Al Ringling and his wife. All right, let's see if we can find the next Ringling Brothers. You'd think they would all be buried in the same area, but that's not the case. I had the opportunity to get to Baraboo, Wisconsin. They have a circus museum there, and most of the stuff, 90% of the stuff in the Circus Museum has to do with Ringling Brothers. And I thought it was pretty neat. If you ever get there, you really have to check it out. It was only like $10 to get in, and they had hundreds of these wagons there that they used to carry their equipment and animals in, and that is really fascinating to see just the ornamentation on this and the detail on all these wagons. And they're sitting in a large warehouse there, and you can go in, obviously, and check them out. And to my left there is a train car, so that's one of their train cars that they used to have the animals in. And that's one of the wagons that they used to have the animals in. And they would actually roll these wagons up onto the train cars, and that's how they got them from city to city. You could just see how ornate this one is with all the gold and the ornamentation on it. It's just wonderful. They wanted to make this the circus as glitzy as possible. That way people wanted to come and see it. They had these organ cars as well, where people would sit in there and play the organ as they would go down the street in the parade headed toward the so this is one of the cars. This building I'm in here is the elephant house, and this is where they trained the elephants, and this is one of the cars they had stored in here. Well, two of the cars. They had this general mission car, and then one with the statues here. That was actually like a steam organ or pipe organ type car, which was really fascinating. Really neat stuff. And here we are at the mausoleum of Henry Ringling. Now, Henry was the youngest of the Ringling Brothers, and he died rather young. He was still, I believe he was in his 40s, and unfortunately passed away of a heart problem back in 1918. And we can see in there. There's Henry right there. Might be a little hard to see. Beautiful mausoleum to Henry Ringling. I like the stained glass window in the back. Let me check that out. There it is. Very, very nice window there. Very nice. Now there's some more Ringling Brothers in here. It's a huge cemetery. They don't have mausoleums. They have a family monument. The problem is there's a lot of monuments in here. But fortunately, the Ringling Brothers monument is right near Henry's mausoleum. Right here, as you see Ringling. And as I back up here, we have the grave of Otto Ringling, who died at 53. He died at the home of his younger brother, John, in Manhattan. See, all the Ringling Brothers really died early for some reason. Now here's their father, who was a German immigrant, and mother, obviously also a German immigrant. Got an old one for Harry over here. Now, there's a couple other Ringling Brothers that should be in here. August should be in here. He was the founder of the circus. I wonder if his is unmarked for some reason. Maybe it's up here. I doubt it, though. I think just those three Ringling Brothers are here. Yeah, because it's a Harding monument over here. Yeah, so August, I believe he's in here somewhere. His grave might be unmarked. August ended up in a New Orleans sanatorium. He had complications of various diseases, and he ended up in there, and he's in here somewhere. Very interesting. And I want to check this out as I move over here. There's a statue over here that I've noticed. Beautiful statue. Wonder what family this is. Surrounded by a gate, fence. Look at that. That's beautiful. I see the name Hopkins on the side of it, and it looks like here is possibly the markers, the grave sites. Here's one here. It says 1875 to 1898. Here we go, Hopkins. Bell is the name here. Here's the side view of that beautiful statue. Very nice. I see 1877 and 1963. And it looks like the name's in there. Jesse, it looks like the name. And I see Thompson. So that must have been Jesse's married name. I see Lind. And 1842 to 1917 here. I cannot make out the name, however. Name's difficult to read in there. So there must be 4 family members buried here. 1838 to 1922. Very nice family plot. I like that. All right, guys. Man, it's cold for the end of March. This isn't that enjoyable. Windy and cold, but I'm happy I came up here. Great cemetery, very large cemetery in Baraboo, Wisconsin, and I hope to get there sometime this week. Is the Circus Museum, which makes sense because the Ringling Brothers grew up here, and they have a museum there with all of the different signage and different trailers and all that stuff that they used. So I'm going to try to get there, and if I do get there this week, maybe I'll put some of that footage in this video. I'm not sure if I am or not, but I will try to do that. So thank you for watching. Hit the like button if you like the video. Please feel free to subscribe if you like my content. And until next time, keep exploring.